Okay, good morning all.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Okay, let me quickly welcome everyone. I'm excited to be part of this discussion this morning. Sorry, my voice is a bit cracked. I have a little cold, but I will try and be as clear as I can be. So thank you once again for joining. Let me share my slide so that we can see. Where is the slide now? Sorry, help me. He's not showing my slide. Sure. Okay, guys, can you see my slide?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So let's go straight into the point, into the presentation. This webinar is about how do we deliver excellent customer service. Excellent customer service, and what we're saying here is that having a good understanding of the needs of your customer is a mandatory prerequisite for you to be able to deliver excellent customer service. So basically, what we want to talk about today is how do you understand your customer? What do you know about your customer? You cannot serve someone that you don't know what the needs or needs are. It's not possible. You can't serve me. You can't be of any use to me if you don't know what my needs are. It is when you know my needs and you're able to meet those needs in a way that I consider to meet my expectation, that is when you have truly delivered service to me. Okay, so this is all about understanding your customer. What will it entail to understand our customers, irrespective of the industry that we operate in, whether you are a small business or a big business, whether you are into online business or you are an artist or a broadcaster, whatever and whoever you are. If you have anything you're offering to a customer, for you to be able to offer it in a way that the customer feels that you have met his or her need, then you must understand his need upfront. And that's what this is all about. Now, before I go further, let me talk to you briefly about myself, so that you know who is talking with you. My name is Cppl, and this is a short profile of me. I'm not going to read it, I'm not going to talk too much about it, but I want you to know that I have been around. I have worked in different industries. I've worked in manufacturing, I've worked in telecommunication, and I've worked in banking. And now I am consulting. I'm consulting for telecoms, I'm consulting for banking, I'm consulting for real estate, I'm consulting for even multi-level marketing people and so on. And in this process, I have truly have understood what it means to serve your customer in a way that they perceive you as meeting their needs. And that's why I can boldly want to talk to you about customer service today. I love to read, I love to learn, and I also love to share knowledge. Okay, so let's get into the meat of the discussion: understanding customer needs. If this was a face-to-face discussion, I would have asked one or two persons to help me just say what they mean, what they understand by understanding customer need. And I want you to write it down. Just take a piece of paper and write down. What does it mean to you when you say to understand customer needs? What is a customer need? What is it that is the need that your customer has that you're trying to meet? Okay? If you cannot define it, if you cannot explain it to yourself, then you are not yet ready to serve the customer. Look at the picture beside to the right. It shows someone using a microscope, to look at, his customers, different customers, but use your microscope. So you are looking beyond what you can see on the physical. The real need that our customers have are not necessarily what you see in the physical. Some of them are hidden. They are called hidden expectations, hidden needs. Okay? It's our ability to uncover those hidden needs and then go ahead to meet them. That is when you can truly say that you are providing customer service to them. So understanding your customer needs is paramount in delivering excellent customer service. It forms the foundation for building strong customer relationships and ensuring customer satisfaction. So how does it start? It starts by you first understanding who your customer is. And I'm going to ask the first question. Who is a customer? We must answer the question to be able to move forward. And after answering the question of who a customer is, the next question will be, what are his or her expectations? Whether we like it or not, any customer coming to you has an expectation. And the customer feels that you have met it when in his or her own judgment, he thinks that you have met that need. So first is, what is my expectation? Like this webinar now, you all came for it. You have an expectation. You have something you want to achieve, 1, 2, 3, 4 things. If at the end of this webinar, you have not met any of them, then this webinar has not been useful to you. So this goes to explain what we mean by understanding the need of the customer. So when you have looked at the expectation, the next question will be, what do you do about what you know about your customer? You know me that I like to smile. You know me that I like high quality items. You know me that I like to count my cost. You know me that I like to share knowledge. You know me that I like to be respected. What are you doing about it? It is your being able to put all of this into serving me that makes you really worth my while. The other point I will try to spend time on is what we call the customer touch points. Customer touch points. Every interaction that the customer has with you is a touch point. When they see your flyer, is a touch point. When they see your art, is a touch point. When you put a call through to them, is a touch point. When they visit your website, is a touch point. When they go to your social media page, is a touch point. When they talk to your customer, a customer of yours, is a touch point. That's why it's important how we treat even our customers, whether it's a high value customer or a low value customer. Treat them well, because you don't know when they will speak about you when you are not there. And then finally, we will ask ourselves, why is it important to understand the needs of your customer? If we're able to answer these 5 questions, who is a customer? What are his expectations? What do you do with what you know about him? How do you manage him along the touch points? And finally, understanding why it's important to know the needs of your customer. Then we are equipped to serve our customer in a more exciting way. So, customer needs are defined as the influential factors that trigger them to buy your product or service. Anything, any factor that makes a customer think of you when he has a need, anything that makes the customer look at your direction, anything that makes the customer want to remember you or want to recommend you, that thing is a customer need. That influential factor that triggers them to behave in a certain way towards you is what we mean by understanding your customer need. So in order to identify customer needs, it is important to understand the reason behind their decision making. I don't know what you've written down so far, but we are beginning to build the case. So the next now we're going to ask ourselves, who is a customer? And I want you to look at this definition. and ask yourself, how does it play out in your industry? A customer is anyone that receives either a goods or service or product or idea that is offered by you for a monetary or other valuable consideration. So you're a customer if you like what I have presented to you and you are willing to pay for it. That makes you a customer. Anyone, any recipient. So think about your business. Think about what you are selling. Think about what you are offering. Think about the idea you are selling. Think about the service that you deliver. Think about the product you sell. Anyone who can receive it voluntarily and is willing to pay for it is your customer. Okay? But let's go further. A customer is not depending on you. You are the one who is depending on the customer, because the reason why you are in business is because there is a customer. If nobody is asking for what you provide, if nobody is willing to pay for what you provide, then you are not in business. So a customer is not dependent upon us. We are the one who is dependent on the customer. So imagine you have a fantastic restaurant. All the state-of-the-art equipment are there. Your food is the best in town, but nobody comes in to come and buy. Would you say you are in business? The answer is no. Imagine you have this great idea that has never been done before by anyone. It's an idea that can take somebody to the moon and back, but nobody is offering to pay to buy it. Then you are not in business. So, first, a customer is someone that receives what you have and is willing to pay for it. And we're saying here now that the customer is the person that you depend on, because it is that customer coming again and again that makes you remain in business. Another point I like to highlight about the customer is that a customer is not an interruption to your work. You know, it happens when you go into a shop at times, you are talking to someone, an attendant, and they are frowning their face as if they are doing you a favor. No. A customer is not an interruption to our business. No. A customer is the real reason, is the purpose for which we're in business. He is doing us a favor by giving us an opportunity to serve him or her. This is what we must know about the customer. Whether he's spending 1 naira or spending 1 billion, he's a customer. He is the reason why you are in business. He's not coming to disturb you. He's coming to patronize you. And he must be so appreciated and respected. Finally, a customer is not a cold statistics. He's a human being. A customer has flesh and blood. He's a human being. He can come in looking angry. He can come in smiling. He can come in with all the baggage that he or she has. He's a human being. So you, in dealing with your customer, must understand that you are dealing with flesh and blood. And don't just think, how many of you are there? There are 3 people there. Clear them. No. Each customer is unique. He's a person. You must find a way to understand their feelings, what they are thinking about, and then fashion out the best way to attend to them. These are the things that will make this understanding will make your customer service delivery something that people can talk about. So this is what we mean by who the customer is. The customer is the reason why you are in business. And that's why you hear people talk about how the customer is king. Because without the customer, you have no business. No matter if you got an inheritance and you have this idea and you use the money to set up, okay? You will set up, you will start the business. But if nobody comes in, if no customer is coming repeatedly, that money becomes a waste. Because before you know it, your rent is due. Before you know it, your raw materials are finished. Before you know it, all of these things will come in place. So a customer is actually the most important person to your business. I like to make this point very strong, and I'm asking you, ask yourself in your own business, is this statement true? When we say that the customer is the most important person to your business, is it true for you or is it false? It had better be true, because that is the truth. That's why we say the customer is the king. He's the king because he's the reason why you are in business. If he does not come, you don't have any business. So we're saying make their experience with you very exciting. That is what will drive loyalty. That's what will drive them to feel. The more important you make a customer feel in the smallest way, the more reason the customer wants to come again and again. Okay? So let's pause here and ask ourselves, how do we currently see our customer? Have I made any point that you have taken down that you need to work on? Your customer is the reason why you are in business. In fact, your customer is the most important person to your business. Some have argued, oh, my staff is more important. I'm not saying staff is not important. Staff is very, very important. And some have argued that if you treat your staff well, they will treat your customer well. I agree. But staff or no staff, if there's no customer coming in, so what are we doing? We're not doing nothing. And that's why it comes back to the customer being the reason why we are in business, being the reason why we wake up every day and we hit the road, being the reason why you can go and take a loan to improve your business. All of these are things that you have to take into consideration. Let me pause and ask, does anybody have any question right now? Any question right now?
None from my end.
No questions, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so the journey to understanding your customer starts with asking questions. What, where, how, why, when. If you ask yourself, what does my customer want? Where does he want it? How does he want it? Okay, when does he want it? And why does he want this thing the way he wants it or how he wants it? Okay, and who is this person that is wanting this thing? These questions, we can spend a whole day to analyze these questions. But just remember that for you to understand your customer, you need to ask questions. And that's why we always preach surveys. Use surveys to understand your customer. Each time there is a transaction, try and ask your customer, how was the transaction? It will help you. Okay? Do surveys, do feedback session, do visits, some do mystery shopping, just to find out what is happening. All of this will give you a lot more information about your customer. Okay, now you can also drop your question on the chat box, okay, so that as we're going on we can check and respond to them. So asking question is very important. Some of us don't ask our customers questions because we are afraid that they would say something terrible about us. You know, don't be afraid. Let them say what they want to say. That is that is their perception of you, of your business, of the delivery they are getting from you. So let them talk. It's better you know what they are thinking about than not know what they are thinking about and you are carrying on only for you to hurt you later. Okay? So that is that about asking questions. You have to ask, know the what, know the why, know the where, know the when, know the who you are dealing with. Then you can now begin to put together a plan that will enable you to serve your customer better. Okay. Now, this is one very important aspect that I think we must not lose sight of. What do you think your customer wants from you? What do you think your customer wants from you? Number one, your customer wants a feeling of being in charge. Because the customer is coming to spend money either at your restaurant or in your shop and go. He wants to be in charge. He wants to be in charge because that money is coming to spend is very important to him. So to feel that they are in control of a situation is very important to them. They don't want to feel that they are being manipulated when they are in your space. Okay? When they are in your space, they don't want to feel manipulated. That's number one. Number two, they want to feel respected. The customer wants to feel respected. They want you to be courteous to them. They want you to make them feel like they are important. Okay? So it's extremely important that we appreciate this. The third point is fairness. And I know that in our business, at times we have this our customer service grading. You have a priority customers and co. It's important, it's good, yes. But the basic delivery must be such that everybody feels that you are treating them fairly. You don't come into a banking hall where there's a long queue and someone just comes and then you say come to the front. It gives the wrong impression. Instead, have a structure that lets you identify that high value customer downstairs, not in the open place, so you can take them to where they will be served. So customers want to feel that you are fair to them. The other point, number 4, is knowledge. How do you feel when you are talking to your customer, when the customer is talking to you and you don't have the facts and figure? The customer feels that he is wasting his time. Or you're talking to a customer and you're saying what does not relate to him. That means you don't know him. And let me give an example here. Somebody went to sell insurance package to one elderly man. The man is about 65. And this lady went to sell insurance, went to sell endowment fund, children endowment fund. But he didn't know that this man doesn't have a child. That has been his pain point. He wants anything that will make him have a child. And she doesn't know. She just goes and says, sir, we have this product, okay? Your children, we can give you there. You save this money in 5 years. It will multiply by 10 times and so on. Fantastic offering, but to a wrong audience. So know your customer. And that's why this topic is very important. Understanding your customer and their needs. So knowledge is very important. Know your customer. Know what you're selling. It will help you to do well. And then the 5th one is approval. When you see them say thank you to every customer that is walking out, it just means I appreciate you. Thank you for choosing us. That is very important. Be it on phone, be it online, be it physical, always make them feel that you approve of their choice of what they are buying from you. They could have gone elsewhere. Are you the best doctor? There are other doctors. Are you the best restaurant? There are other restaurants. Are you the best network? There are others. But they chose to come to you. Please acknowledge them. Give approval of them by, saying thank you to them each time they come. That will make them feel they made a good choice for patronizing you. Okay. Now let's do a little quiz. Look at your business and let's ask ourselves, between 1 and 5, how would you score your business? Yes, please, can you drop your comment on the chat group? Yes. Okay. The first point is a feeling of being in charge. When your customers come to your space, do you make them feel that they're in charge because they are spending their money? You make them feel, or you want them to listen to you. I tell you what you want. I tell you what to buy. I tell you how it should be done. Or you allow them to express themselves. So 1 is low and 5 is the highest. So I want you to rate yourself for your business. Overall now, not as an individual, but your business, how do you think your business treats customers? Okay? That is number 1. Number 2 is in the area of respect. How would you rate how you respect your customer? Do you think they come and they walk away feeling respected, or do you think they walk away and they are feeling like, why did I even come here? It's important that you treat them well. So 1 to 5, score yourself. In terms of fairness, please score yourself. You can take a picture of it and then take your time to score. Knowledge of what is happening, okay, which is about what do you know about your customer, what do you know your customer is going through, what do you know your customer would like to see going forward. All of these are captured there. How will you rate yourself and your company? Appreciation and approval. How will you rate yourself and your customer? I mean your staff and your company. Okay. What about trust? What about friendliness and warmth? Do you think that when people make contact with you, even on your website, does it feel warmth? Does it feel friendly? When people are in your space, when people are in your social media page, do they feel some warmth? Even the way you write, the way you answer them, the way you respond to their questions or to their needs, do they feel that you are friendly? Do they feel that you are warm? Do they feel that you trust them? All of these are important that we score ourselves and make sure that we score high, because the higher our score, the more we are getting to delivering excellent customer service. Do they feel that you are ready to serve them, or they think that you think that they are a distraction to you or an interruption to what you are doing? Your customer must never feel that you feel that they are interrupting you. You must make them feel that they are the reason why you are in business. Okay? And then the last one, do you think your customer feel like they are a king or a queen? I'd like you to score yourself on all of these factors. Please be truthful. Let us, because look, nobody, the more transparent we are, the better for us. If we're transparent and we do it properly, it will help us understand where the problems are, so we can now work on it or work on them, and it will make us get better. Okay, so it's not, don't just score yourself very high thinking, oh yes, no, score yourself genuinely. How do you think you and your staff and your colleagues treat your customer when they come to your space? Either online, either physical, either when they are even in your social media space. How do you think they feel about you? It's very important that we score ourselves correctly so that we can now have a plan on how to move from where we are to where we ought to be, which is 5. Okay, great. Now, what are these are the things that the 10 things you need to know about your customer. Who are they? Okay, what they do, why they buy, when they buy, how they buy, how much money they have, what makes them feel good about buying, what they expect from you, what they think about you, and what they think about your competitors. This last question is very important. It's important that you recognize that you are not the only one in that business, and that your customers don't patronize only you, they patronize others. How do they rate you versus others? It's important that these questions are answered from time to time. Who are you? This is you now, okay? And then what do you do? I mean, so who is your customer? What do they do? Okay, my customer is a lady or a guy who is who has a fashion business, okay? Why do I buy from this guy? Why do they come and buy from me? What's the reason? And look at the time they buy. Do they buy towards the end of the month? Or they buy every day? Or they buy once in a while? All of this will help you in planning how you would be more efficient in serving your customer. Okay? Now, I spoke to us at the beginning about customer expectation. Everyone has an expectation. If you're going to a show, you have an expectation. Even when you're going to a religious gathering, you have an expectation. The thing is that if you don't know what you're expecting, then it will be difficult for you to measure the experience that you thought you got. So when you're going to somewhere, or even you're thinking about you're putting your child in a school, what is your expectation? Oh, I want to go and have lunch. What am I expecting from that restaurant that I'm going to have the lunch? Oh, I want to go and get some medical checkup. What is my expectation as I go to that hospital? it's important that we understand that the customer has an expectation. As they are walking into your space, they have something in mind, and they will judge you by the things they have in mind, not by what you think you have been doing. No, it is what they have in mind, which what you do will either meet or not meet. When you meet their expectation, oh, they say fantastic, that is good customer service. But when you exceed their expectation, they were expecting you to behave in a certain way, and you did far better. That is when they say that you have exceeded their expectation. So customer expectations are the set of things that are existing, and they are the set of things that your existing and new customers of a business expect from you. Let's not take customers for granted. Don't think because they've been coming to buy from you that I know them now, I know what they want. You must make effort. You must keep asking that why, when, how, where, all those questions to help you understand exactly what is going on in their mind. Okay? So, for this to happen, you must break down your business silos. You must break it down. And then think of, how do I customize my product, my solutions to meet the different needs of my customer? Remember, this is about understanding the needs of your customer. Because you have asked all the why questions, you know the expectations, okay? It helps you to understand what they want, and then you can begin to ask yourself, how do I deliver what they want? That's where the customization comes in. Your services is done in such a way that it appeals to them. But the first thing is to break down your business silos. You know how you are working in an organization, there is somebody who is in charge of accounts, somebody is in charge of digital marketing, someone is in charge of reception and co. And you say, oh, it's not my job, it's so person's job. You cannot deliver excellent customer service when you guys work in silos. I do my own, I do only my own. No, you must work together. When a customer comes in, okay, it's not just the job of the front desk person, it's the job of whoever the customer meets, starting from the maid guard or the security guard. Okay, it's from there that the customer starts to feel, oh, I made a right choice to come here because of the way he's attended to. And that's what we're saying here, that for you to meet and exceed customer expectation, you must all work together as one. Break down the silos, break it down. Finance is there not only to count money. Audit is there not only to find out where there is money missing or not missing. It's about, how do we get the process to work well? That is what this is all about. Also, we need to keep pushing the limits, because from the things that the customer is saying to you, from the things that you're getting to know about your customer, you begin to see areas where you need to push, you need to change here and there, you need to adjust here and there, you need to customize here and there. Okay, we can't afford to stay rigid if we want to be if we want to deliver excellent customer service to our customers. There are times you bend over based on the policies of your organization to ensure that that need that your customer, that the particular customer has, you are able to meet it. The customer walks away feeling happy and feeling appreciated. That is what we mean by excellent customer service. And this can only happen if you know your customer well. Now this brings us to touch points. I did say at the beginning that touch point is any point where you make contact with your customer. Any point. Okay? Any point you make contact with your customer is a touch point. When your customer goes to your website, is a touch point. When your customer goes to it's in your social media page, is a touch point. When your customer calls you, is a touch point. The way you attend to the customer is a function of how much you know about that customer. You would do it well if you know the customer. If you know that this customer is an elderly person, you would, you will be calm in the way you address the person. If you know that it's a young person that is very vivacious, okay, you will also try and be there so that you can talk at the same level. That is why this webinar is very important, that we must understand the needs of our customer to enable us to serve them well. So for you to for you to serve your customer well along the touch point, you must first put yourself inside the customer journey. Think about it. What does the customer go through in his mind before coming to you? That's what we call the customer journey. He makes up his mind, yes. Then you can get feedback from the customer because you are working on his path. You will see what they are experiencing. In fact, for some organizations, they do their own self-trials. Tell the staff to go through this process and see how was it at the end. Did you feel exhausted? Did you feel happy? And so on, before you now make it available to your customer. So customer touch point is very important. You must deliver what I call unique customer experience across your touch point. It's not when they come to see you physically, you are nice. But when they talk to you on the phone, you are very, very funny. No. Or when they when they ask you a question on social media, you blast them. No. You must have a unique, or what I call a branded experience that you deliver, so that wherever it is, you are delivering exactly what you have promised to deliver. And that's why this touch point is very important. So I define touch point as interactions between businesses and customers that occur during the customer's journey. These moments significantly influence customer experience as well as brand perception. The way you attend to me, the way I perceive you, each time I make contact with you, even flyers. When you pick up a flyer at times, it's a touch point. It tells me who this organization is. You know, when I see a signage, when I see how a banner, the way you just put it, the banner is very dirty and it's hanging there, it tells me these people are not as careful as they should be. So touch points are very important in understanding your customer and serving your customers. People will come to you at different points. So if you don't know how they react at such places, you will not be able to meet them at the point of their need. Okay? So, as I begin to round up, why do we really think understanding customer needs is important? Two very important things that you need to bear in mind is, one, it helps you to create positive experience. Because when you know me, you know how silly I can be, you know how good I can be, you know how funny I can be, you will know how best to serve me. Don't forget I am the king. You don't go and tell the king his head is not correct. No, you have to find a nice way to do it. Okay, so I'm the king. I'm going to spend the money, and I'm not saying you should come running and leaning down to beg me. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that you must appreciate the fact that I am the one bringing business to you. I'm the reason why you are in business. If you treat me well, based on your understanding of me, it will help you to create positive experiences every time you make contact with any of your customers. Secondly, to help you build lasting relationships. You know, when I was in my job, when I was working with Cppl, part of what I did as head of churn and retention was to track transactions. You know, your customer needs to come today and come again and again. If every customer that comes once in a while, it's not as good as the customer that comes regularly. So building lasting relationship is a function of how they perceive you. If I don't think you are nice, I won't come again. I can send somebody else to go there, you know. But so it's about the way. If I think the way you attend to me shows that you know me, I will be more prone to coming to you. Then the third point is it helps you to position your business for growth. Because when you have people who talk about you nicely, that's when you see you have a strong brand equity. It positions you for growth. Okay. So understanding customer needs is not just important, it is fundamental to delivering excellent customer service. So in conclusion, I like to remind us that the customer is king. You know, the customer is king. And we need to make the customer the heart of our business. Let us invest time in understanding our customer so that we can be relevant to them. Okay? So we can be relevant to them. This is where I will pause and let's take one or two questions before we round up. Any question? Any questions? I'm handing over to Omoni to take down the questions.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
I think he said no question.
Oh, okay. All right, so in absence of questions, if anybody doesn't have any question, a form has been dropped in the chat section. Okay, so that's just a feedback form. So we want to hear from you how the seminar went, what your experience. Just share with us, and this will help us also to do well in the upcoming seminars. Okay, and also we want to talk about our paid certificate training. So we offer several programs in which customer service is one of them, and because customer service is very key to any business, we believe every business should take this course. So we have a paid course for customer service. All right, and I will implore us that whoever wants to take our paid course, one, it's a certificate course. You're going to be certified as a customer service representative. Okay, so I would like you to drop your details. Okay, so just fill the form that you are seeing on the chat section, and we are going to reach out, okay, to you. And also I will share our contact now on the slides. You are going to see the our phone number. All right, so on the screen, are you seeing the phone number? Please let me know if you are seeing the contact details there. So you can put it down and reach out to us if you need if you need to take our paid training. Okay, so you can just call any of the numbers on your screen, or you can send us an email. Okay, and also you please go to our social media handles and kindly follow us on our Facebook, Instagram, and also LinkedIn. Okay, you just search customer passion point limited. You're going to find us on all these platforms. So do give us a follow, and we are going to be we're going to appreciate that. Okay.
Okay. For those of you who may be making contact with us for the first time, we are Customer Passion Point Limited. Okay, we are a consulting firm. We are an agency that does marketing, consulting, and training. So we provide marketing, consulting, and we provide training solutions. Now, this comes under our training solutions, under, but what I wanted to talk about is we have an alumni group. Anyone who has attended our training, be it a webinar, be it a paid course, be it an online training, you automatically get registered into our alumni association, where you can get one advice. You can reach out anytime to ask for advice, because you are now a member of the family because you attended this webinar. Okay, you can run ideas by us, and we will gladly offer you even if it's basic consulting, we will offer you and guide you rightly, so that this journey we've started today can become a lasting journey. Okay, so that is where we are, and I just thought to remind you to say, look out for us and stay in touch. We will also be in touch with you, and at the end of the day, we want to be useful to you. Okay, guys, thank you very much for listening to me. Thank you very much. Ijaola Margaret, thank you. Nanjul Ibrahim, thank you. Thank you very much. Bye bye.